Hello, Family Lamp. Today I want to share with you a very special story, a story from the Bible that teaches us about kindness, hope, and how God's love can change even the hardest situations. But before we begin, let me ask you this. What would you do if your best friend was in danger and the only way to help was to pretend to join the enemy? A rebel son stole the crown. A wise old man stayed behind. But what no one knew was that he was a spy on a secret mission to save the king. This is the story of Hushai the Spy, the friend who saved King David. Once, long ago, King David ruled over the nation of Israel. He was a wise and powerful king, but even kings have hard times. One of David's own sons, Absalom, grew proud and angry. He wanted to be king himself, and so he planned a secret rebellion. Absalom won the hearts of many people by acting kind and making big promises. Slowly he gathered an army, and one day he made his move. He declared himself king and marched toward Jerusalem. David had no choice. To avoid a war inside the city, he fled. He left the palace with his family, his soldiers, and his loyal servants. Escaping barefoot and broken-hearted, the people wept as they watched their true king walk away. As David climbed the Mount of Olives, weeping, a man came to meet him, Hushai the Archite. Hushai was an older man, wise and faithful. His clothes were torn, and dust covered his head. He had come to show his loyalty to the king. "Let me come with you," he said. But David shook his head. "Hushai, if you come with me, you'll only slow us down. But if you go back to the city and pretend to serve Absalom, you can be my eyes and ears." David gave Hushai a secret mission. "Tell Absalom, long live the king. He'll think you're loyal. Then give him advice. Try to cancel the counsel of Ahithophel." Ahithophel, David's former advisor, had betrayed him and joined Absalom. His advice was powerful, like hearing directly from God. David prayed, "O Lord, turn Ahithophel's advice into foolishness." And with that, Hushai agreed. He turned back and went quietly into Jerusalem. When Absalom entered the city, the people cheered. He had taken over the palace. Soon after Hushai arrived, Absalom was surprised. "Why are you here? Shouldn't you be with your friend David?" But Hushai smiled and said, "Long live the king. I will serve the one whom the Lord and the people have chosen." Absalom believed him. The trap was set. Later, Absalom gathered his advisors. He asked Ahithophel, "What should we do?" Ahithophel gave strong advice. "Let me take 12,000 men tonight. We'll chase David while he's tired and weak. We'll strike quickly and kill only him. The rest of the people will return to you." Absalom nodded. It sounded like a clever plan, but then Absalom said, "Let's hear what Hushai has to say." Hushai knew this was his moment. He had to stop Ahithophel's plan or David would be dead by morning. Hushai stood tall and spoke calmly. "Ahithophel's advice is usually good," he began, "but not this time." He leaned closer. "You know your father. He's a mighty warrior and his men are fierce. Right now, they're angry like a mama bear robbed of her cubs. They're hiding in caves or ambush spots. If you attack and some of your men die, your army will panic." Then Hushai offered a new plan. "Gather the whole army of Israel from Dan to Beersheba. You, Absalom, should lead them yourself. Attack David with full strength later." Absalom and the elders nodded. Yes, Hushai's advice sounds better. They didn't know Hushai was working for David. That as soon as the meeting ended, Hushai sent word to David. He told two loyal priests, Zadok and Abiathar, what had happened. Their sons, Jonathan and Ahimaaz, were hiding nearby to carry the message. "Tell David," Hushai said, "do not sleep tonight. Cross the Jordan River immediately. Absalom may still attack." Jonathan and Ahimaaz ran, hiding from enemy eyes. At one point, they had to jump into a well while a woman covered it with a cloth and scattered grain over the top. Once it was safe, they ran to David and gave the message. David and all who were with him rose in the night and crossed the river. By morning, everyone had safely made it across. God had answered David's prayer. Ahithophel's advice had been rejected. When Ahithophel realized his plan had failed, he went home in shame and died. But David was alive thanks to Hushai's loyalty and courage. Thank you for joining the Family Lamp today. If this story of kindness, faith, and hope touched your heart, please share it with your family and friends. Remember, even when things seem hard, God's light can shine through kindness and love. Come back soon for more stories that will warm your heart and brighten your day. Until next time, keep shining bright, trust in God's miracles, and always choose kindness.